Kanye doing what he always does, man. Starting a firestorm. Going on his rants. You know, same thing we say all the time. Kanye, and I like, keep in mind, I like Kanye West. I like the guy. But he's a nut. And he says some real stuff. He says some real stuff. When he goes on these rants a lot of times, and a lot of stuff he says is so just controversial, and it's the manner that he says a lot of the controversial things. Like, you know, when he talks about, I mean, it typically wasn't a lie when he said slavery was a choice, right? Because death is always an option over slavery, which is what a lot of people are facing today. So it was applicable. It was just the way he said it and the manner that he said it. It was insensitive, but, you know, it's whatever, you know. People can go from there. It's kind of like, you know, if somebody, you know, breaks into your house. Now, it's one thing if they just come in and flat out kill you, but if they break into your house and they tell you give up the money, or, you know, or you gonna get shot and die, you got a choice right there. Still coercion, but it's a choice. Like I said, Kanye doesn't explain. He doesn't have the conversation. He doesn't explain himself. He doesn't put it in a way for it to be digestible for people. And so he just goes and blurts out these things and then moves on to the next thing, to where people can't even digest the stuff. And he's just saying one thing after another, to the point it just comes across as rambling to a lot of people. You know, most people are emotional, and so they take a lot of this stuff to heart when they hear certain things. You know me, I don't give a shit. Motherfucker can say whatever, man. Either you right or wrong, and I can debunk what you're saying, and we'll go from there. But, you know, most people, they get into their feelings, and, you know, it hurts them and brings them to a dark place and stuff like that. It's something that, you know, you just got to respect, because, you know, that's just, everybody's built different out here. But yeah, he's got he had, it was a lot of stuff, a lot of backlash, a lot of fallout from it. You know, everything was said on, you know, Drink Champs, and the aftermath of how Nori had to go on basically a tour of all the New York radio stations and apologizing. Now, Nori wasn't apologizing for the remarks about the Jews or anything like that. It wasn't that. I think if that's what it was, I don't think if that's what it was, he would have had to come out and say that and denounce that. But his issue was with the George Floyd comments, which was clear, you know, Kanye had just watched that Candace Owens documentary. And I saw it too. Listen, my thing about that whole thing is those officers, and I've seen conflicting reports. I haven't even dug all the way deep, because I saw a police report that said that there was injuries to the neck, or coroner's report. It's either police or coroner's report, but I've seen a report that said there's injuries to the neck, and then I've seen one that says there's not that, and it was fentanyl. So, I mean, it's conflicting, something that I'd have to get clarification on. But the fact of the matter with that is, you know, now, as far as the, you know, there's an appeal going on, and as far as what's going on in the court and the verdict and everything, that's one thing. But the police should not have, they shouldn't have, if once he was talking about couldn't breathe and everything, they already had him restrained, so there was no more need to even have his knee on his back, because that was what Candace Owens was saying in the documentary. You've already got him restrained, you've already got him apprehended, so what more do you need to do? And you have 4 police officers there. And so you could have averted people even having this conversation. And, if that was your intention and you want to make it like, it wasn't you who killed him, well, you eliminate that factor by, just get up. You've got him on the ground now. He can't go nowhere. Like I said, he said he can't breathe, but, that's that. But yeah, Kanye, people were pissed off about that. And, that was the main thing Nori was apologizing for. And, like I said, it's no damn big deal. You just go, things like that. You don't go, because I saw, media sites talking about he should be banned and all of this stuff. And it's ridiculous. You just debunk it. Now, as far as the lawsuit that's coming from George Floyd's family, I don't even know if that's going to be able to stick, because it's not just something that's out of thin air, like something like a Cardi B or Tasha K or something like with Alex Jones. And where Alex Jones was screwing up was Alex Jones wasn't saying alleged, because he didn't have anything that was concrete. He didn't have no reference point, nothing on camera or anything. He just flat out saying that this is what it is, and that's that. No alleged, whether he was right or wrong. And like I said, I'm all for free speech. I think the stuff that was going on was weird too, but I don't know. But you don't make assertions without evidence, without concrete evidence. And so that's where Alex Jones screwed up. I don't know, it's not concrete evidence with the tape that Kanye was referring to in the footage, but it's one of those, it's like a football replay where you don't have the perfect camera angle, I guess, from what was being shown. So that doubt can still be created in many minds, but it's something that's referenced, there's a reference point. So I don't know if that's even going to be able to stick. That's going to be weird if they allow that to stick. And that'll set a terrible precedent. But as far as, everything else Kanye was saying, like I said, I will say, and I've thought about this over the days, I will say it's not particularly right. I understand attacking everything with a broad brush and everything, because you don't want anybody to deny culpability. Nobody has a problem if you sit up there and say a whole group of people are beautiful or something. Say some positive things. Like if I sit there and say all black women are beautiful, nobody's going to run in and say, oh no, that's not true, not all. So it should be the same way. If we're going to do that with anything that's positive, it should be with things that are perceived as negative. It should be the same way. But I'm not going to lump all Jews. And it's not anti-Semitic or anything. It's maybe a bad take. Call it that. But all the talk about anti-Semitic, I'm tired of that crap. Mislabeling everything. Anti-Semitic. This is racist. This is sexist, misogynistic, and stuff like that. You're mislabeling those things, and also you're diluting it. And then if you look up the definition of anti-Semitic, which Kanye alluded to in the interview, and like I said, that's a theory, and I've heard a lot of people say the same things, the Hebrew Israelites and even outside of Hebrew Israelites, and I haven't really dug into that to even confirm that. Judaism is, in my eyes, is a religion. It's not a race. Well, it's not even in my eyes, just reality. It's a religion. It's a flat out religion. So, and that's not my religion. So I'm not that, even though I'm a quote unquote black person. But like I said, these things need to be talked about. You don't shut somebody down because they give out information. You have the conversation, you have the debate, you debunk it so everybody can learn and they can make their own, conclusion. If you go and actively push to shut somebody down, that makes you look bad. It makes you look like you're hiding something. You want to shut out their platform. You want to shut their voice up. For what? The truth should fear nothing, because the truth is the truth. The truth is the truth. And you can't take nothing away from it if you can prove what you got going on. So I won't lump all Jews into it, but like I said, I don't have a problem with them lumping the whole group and stuff like that. Just like, what I talked about in the last video with Tommy Tuberville. I mean, from his perception, this is what he wants to push propaganda and push fear-mongering, thinking that if you give black people reparations, you're giving the criminals reparations. But if that's what he sees, is BS. It's a stupid remark, but if that's how he sees the world, I mean, that's what it is. You just have to, like I said, debunk it. Debunk that BS. Debunk that crap. And understand that no matter if you think reparations is old or not, it's still, reparations of criminals are going to get it. It's still old. Y'all helped create the criminals. But what Kanye is alluding to is, and he said it in there, the Jewish Zionist. Now, if you want to spread that group with a broad brush, and that goes even further than just Jews, Joe Biden is one. He said it multiple times. Trump is one. Most of all these people up in government, they're Zionists. You don't have to be a Jew. Joe Biden said it over and over again to be a Zionist. And Kanye made that clarification at, one point during the interview, but he kept just saying the Jews, the Jews, the Jews. It's not all the Jews, right? It's the Zionists. And the hand that they play it within, just all facets of just, everything. Your politics, entertainment, anything you can think of. And they push a lot of stuff, the stuff that they, all for capitalism, but, they promote, they endorse, and they fund money behind things that are destructive to the black community. Meanwhile, they push intelligence and financial, understanding finances and things like that on their people. Well, we're all, I don't want to say their people, but you know what I mean. We're all together, but you know what I mean. Like I said, don't want to funnel everybody into one big thing, but you know what, Kanye, the thing about him, he said a lot of real stuff and he said a lot of crazy stuff on the podcast. So I said a lot of nutty stuff. Kanye does this every time he gets into a business dispute. Every single time. It's the same thing. But then he goes right back to whoever he had the issue with. He's going to run right back to them and those same Jews. It's just whenever shit doesn't go right, when it's with Adidas or Gap or something. It's the same thing. He's done it before. Check the history. Kanye knows this stuff. The guy is smart. He's always been smart. But think about, the game that he dropped before when he talked about, remember when he get on and leave your ass for a white girl, and then what he go do? Messing with nothing but white girls. And I ain't saying nothing's wrong with it, but it's just, you know, he jumped in with the Kardashians, and he knows how the Kardashians rock, and then he's complaining about what's going on with them. So what the hell did you expect from this family? You done pumped out all of these kids out of Kim, and then you want to talk about, you know, her being a Christian, and you don't want her looking a certain way and all of this, and they were having sex by the fireplace, but look at how you were dressing. I always remarked on the way that he had her dressing when they were together. Had her dressing all type of certain ways, revealing clothing and stuff like that. So, you know, the whole thing, the whole saga that he had going on with her and Pete Davidson, and that was just nut shit. Insanity. So yeah, Kanye knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. This needs to be the conversation at all times. But, you know, when you start getting into all of this other crap and, you know, trying to just calling out random people on Twitter and all of this stuff, and just crazy shit. All the crazy saga drama that you got going on with your family. And that's not to say that, you know, stuff that he's saying isn't valid, or he doesn't have a gripe, a justified gripe. But man, it's one thing after another. Then you got, you know, you're saying one controversial thing after another. You know, you don't provide any context, which, you know, DJ EFN called him out on. So like, yo, provide some context for the people. When you don't provide that, you know, you just leave people out there with their limited knowledge or their way of they probably thinking, and or you may be the one with limited knowledge. You may be the one who's just repeating things that you hear. And that's why you can't really expound on those topics. Now, with all the stuff that's, you know, like I said, him being canceled and stuff like that, I'll never be for any of that. I like hearing him talk. I like dissecting some of the things that he says at times. I like listening to Kanye. But he's a nut. The dude's he just seems bipolar. But that's no reason to dismiss him. And like I said, most of these celebrities are nuts, even if they think they're not. And a lot of the shit that they say and the takes that Kanye's better than most of them. A lot of the takes that a lot of these celebrities have is bullshit, or they're just following the establishment script. So they're going to say whatever keeps, you know, whatever's the right thing to keep their lights on at home. And I don't agree with the, you know, canceling him or stuff like that, but I understand like things like Mav Carter and what happened there at Drink Champs. I don't want those motherfuckers, not Drink Champs, but on the Shop, LeBron James show. Now, I don't want these motherfuckers going out there acting like they're some revolutionary or something like that. Because, I mean, you don't even allow free speech. And you got handlers. People that, you know, sponsor a show. Anytime you got sponsors on podcasts and shows like this, you're not going to get any free speech or anything like that on there. Because their show is dependent upon that money that comes from those sponsors and that backing. So they're not going to screw that up. And it's understandable. It's understandable because, you know, at the end of the day, the job is to, you know, get enough to have resources so you can feed your family and then spread stuff out to other people and help your community. So you want to gather all the resources that you can. So I get it. I get it. I was kind of mad at first, but then, you know, the more I thought about it, I understand what's going on, especially as black folks, and you already kind of playing from behind economically. Well, you are playing from behind economically. So you got to play chess out here. And having this dude, now there's got to be an understanding, and you got to have that conversation before you go on the show. But understand, if you give somebody the platform and tell them it's free speech, anything could come out of their mouth. And free speech applies to you not being able to be persecuted or going to jail for your thoughts. Yeah, you still have to deal with consequences. Like, a person may not want you to say a certain thing on their platform. There's no free speech on a person's platform or in their place of business. You can't go to the job and say whatever you want to say. You can't go to somebody's house and say whatever you want to say. What free speech is, the First Amendment right, that's just, you can't be jailed, you can't be persecuted or anything like that, like they do in other countries, for having an opinion or stating a fact or whatever it may be. The press, being a journalist, but they can take down whatever they want to take down. Now, Consequence came out with a text where he was going back and forth with Nori, and it seems like Nori wasn't the one who took down this interview. Now, could it have been, the Jews, because, they owning YouTube and everything, and Leor Cohen has a big part of YouTube, and could have been them. Don't know. Could it have been Diddy, because he was talking crazy about Diddy on his own platform or whatnot, or the sponsors. Could have been the sponsors because of the George Floyd comments. Could have been any of that. Revolt themselves. Now, there was a conversation when Nori was speaking with Breakfast Club, and he talked about, and I've always wondered this about Diddy, is how these guys, I've seen 50 Cent do it, seen Kanye do it, they go on the platform and they talk crazy about Diddy on his own platform. But they're still on there, but they're on Revolt TV. With this Drink Champs and Breakfast Club. And this is one aspect that I do respect about Diddy, and Nori explained it. The conversation was, Diddy was asking, like, how you gonna have this dude on here, Kanye on there, he's been talking crazy about me. And Nori, basically explained he wants people to have a free voice on the platform, and Diddy wasn't with it, but then he called back and said, yeah, he's an advocate for free speech, so go ahead and do that. So you gotta respect that. But all the sponsors and everything that are behind it, this shit could take a hit, man. But at what point do you get free? At what point do you get free? At what point is the money enough to where you want to be able to do what you want to do? That's just a question that I'm not saying that's what Nori needs to do is what he should have done, but that's a question that everybody has to ask themselves. At what point is it enough and you've accomplished what you need to accomplish? Or is it, need to keep getting it? Because black people have been so far behind that you got to keep going. These are just questions. But to the other people outside of that, who it's not their platform that he's going on and dealing with this stuff, them talking about he needs to be canceled and his voice being shut out and stuff like that. Remember, that shit goes both ways. I hope you understand that. And also, one more thing, and the people sitting up there celebrating this, that Chase Bank, that fucking evil company, and y'all understand the history behind J.P. Morgan, one of the original international bankers. They shut down his account because of what he was been saying, everything he's been saying. And this was before the Drink Champs thing, but it's crazy. But not surprised. We've been seeing this type of stuff, but they shut down his account because of his views. That's insane right there. But the same company kept Jeffrey Epstein Kept his account up, even after all the allegations and everything. And it's the shit that came out against him. They showing you who butters your bread. Showing you who's got the power. So, what are you going to do about it? What moves are you going to make? Understanding where you stand in this game. Let me know what you think in the comment section. I don't know if I touched on every part. I know there was a lot to unpack. But give me your thoughts in the comment section. And hit that like button, hit the subscribe, and I will holler at y'all later.